This is I Buddy Landell, and you're about to listen to Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, so stop working yourself into a shoot, you numbnuts. This show is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Don't be a dumb ass and get offended by anything on this show. And if you do get offended, that's a you problem. Before I throw it to the fellas for another banger of an episode, shout out to all the BTT patrons, including the largest Patreon contributors of the show: Disrespectfully Classy, Mark E. Blassie, Mike Childry, Joe Ice, Good Old Justin, and Mike H. Now enjoy this Outlaw Mud Show podcast. Remember, if it don't snow, it don't go. And be blessed and be a blessing, pal.
Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Booking the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people, my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, where tonight we're covering the go-home show, and it's WCW Saturday Night on TBS from October the 23rd, 1993. This is the go-home show for Halloween Havoc, which will air on our Patreon feed next week. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button on the video, and lastly, type a comment or two with what you liked or didn't like about the episode. It 100% helps the channel grow, and it makes Harper extremely happy. Them comments are slowing down, folks. Let's get those comments and likes going on the video. I'm talking to you, Michael Angel and Ducky Bozard and Chris Zoncha and all the rest of the crew out there who are slacking lately. Anyway, Doc, let me welcome you in. You're back after a couple of week hiatus due to shoot job blues and youth sports and rain in the area. How are you?
It's good to be back. I can tell you, I was recently in Philadelphia for the first time in my life.
How was that?
Well, I was out in the suburbs, so it wasn't too bad. There was this sort of brown cloud over the downtown area, which I just assumed was a big cloud of shit.
That's nice.
Yeah. Other than that, always good to be back. This is a very momentous show. This is the end of an era, if you will.
Hold on, before you go there, that Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl win is still pissing you off, ain't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's nice.
You don't want to talk about
I just got done watching the draft and watching a bunch of future superstars get drafted to the Cowboys. I'm ready for the season.
Boy, you don't even believe that one, but okay.
Oh, come on.
It is an end of an era, though.
I didn't draft a 43-year-old quarterback like y'all did, but whatever. We don't have to talk about that right now. Can I finish?
Me and Harper are waiting on your dumbass to finish talking.
Yeah.
You cut out.
Nobody cut out.
Okay, well, it's the end of an era.
It is the end of an era. You want to tell the people what you're talking about?
It's a big show tonight. After, almost 10 years, we're coming to the end.
Coming to the end of?
The show.
Oh, we
Right?
can quit?
Quitting, right?
Okay. Harper, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Michael. Thanks for asking.
Okay, that's great. I just figured I would. Doc's over there. I don't know if he's trying to be the worst comedian to ever enter podcasting or what over there, but yeah.
I was
great.
hoping that maybe y'all would go with it and we could end this bullshit. I'm not
You know how
like
Mike
I'm not
is.
like Crockett with this. It's my me time shit. This is a fucking chore, and I expect to be paid for this shit.
Yeah. Fucking, well, figure out how Mike's he's a mark for himself.
Yeah.
Just makes him feel special.
Just call me
Right.
D-Man squared, right?
Yeah.
No, in all seriousness, tonight we finally put to rest the demon that has plagued this show for almost 10 years. That is the software Skype, which is ending. How many nights did we have Skype problems over the last 10 years where it was like, well, this is the end of the show?
I mean, honestly, it probably happened more in the early years than the later years. The problem was they would always like push through like weird updates at times, and there were things throughout the course of the show history that we'd bore them to death going through all the intricacies of the pain in the ass that Skype was. But I always say you get what you pay for. It was a free software. So there's that.
Well, this is a free show, so there's that.
Yeah. You get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
But there were times in the early years where we were like, what? This thing, and it always was pushing through an update that was worse than the previous version, and that kind of has subsided in the last probably few years of it or so.
That's because they finally just quit working on the shit and just left it alone.
Although I haven't had an update in it, it's been a little while. I haven't had an update pushed through. Anyway, yeah, Skype. The end of Skype is here, man. It's going the way of the dinosaurs. It's about to go extinct. This will be the last show on that platform.
Is AI going to start doing the show for us now?
I hope not.
Oh.
I mean, that would be a problem. Like if they don't,
why?
If we're not needed anymore.
We better get used to that, people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a shoot. That's not a joke.
No, I don't think that there's going to be too much for us to be doing in a few years.
Remember that?
Nope.
Remember on the Jetsons back in the day when it's like in the opening scene of I don't know if it was one of the first episodes or not, but or the introduction to the show, and they're watching these robots play like football. That's good.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah.
That's the episode when Spacely, what's his name? Mr. Spacely and George Jetson go to the football game where they're supposed to be at work or something, and their wife see them on TV.
We ain't too far from that once the AI takes over.
Man, you see those robots that just make shots from anywhere. It's like, well, that was over. That's over.
Right. Well, that was fun. Anyway, what do we got going on tonight, Doc, before we get into this go-home show for Halloween Havoc?
Well, it's the spring, and we have to, we like to cover the event and talk about the business, book the territory, industry insiders and whatnot. And recently, we sent our Catherine White out, our version of Catherine White out to the Lakefront Arena in New Orleans to cover an event. Hardbody Harper, you were our field correspondent recently for an episode of AEW Dynamite. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so you're a recent fan of the AEW product.
I mean, it's good. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is.
Mike's the worst, man. Before we come on there, he's like, that money mark bullshit is just not for me. I hate it.
Yeah. Typical.
Before
he doesn't like
why can't they do a headlock? Why can't they just...
Before we get into
jumping
this,
all over like a bunch of Mexican jumping beans. I'm like, come on, Mike.
we're
not in fucking Mid-South fucking Municipal Auditorium in 1982. Okay, that was 40 years ago.
You got to change with the times.
Yes.
Before we get into this, I just want to say, Harper is about to be called the most hypocritical person in podcasting history because he swore off this product after the whole CM Punk debacle. I'm done.
I know,
I'm never watching it again.
I started watching it, and I guess they improved.
I'm going to take your word for it. I'm going to take your word for it.
Harper's enough of a grown-up and an adult to change his opinion when he realizes he's been wrong about something.
Exactly.
I didn't say anything
you ought to try
wrong
it
with
sometime,
that.
Mike.
I didn't say anything was wrong with that. I'm just saying, I can already see the DMs coming through. Harper, I don't know what he's talking about. He said that before. He ain't never watching again after CM
It's
Punk
not
thing.
bad.
Okay, well, speaking of not bad, if I am to understand this correctly, you attended the event along with your Wildcat brethren. Is that true?
Correct.
And y'all were the special guests of Tony Khan. Is that also correct?
That's right.
Okay.
He sent the limousine to come pick us up.
Oh,
That
come
is
on.
awesome.
Why are we telling lies?
He did. He made fucking Ian take a fucking Uber. He's like, screw you, you little four-eyed dork. These guys are from Wildcat. They get the on the Escalade.
They're a big deal down here on the bayou.
I can't
right.
believe
Okay, so
you would say that
is
about
it
me.
okay if you share with us who was in your traveling party?
I mean, Luke, Matt, Sammy was there. The students.
Luke. You go to high school with him?
Does Luke let the students look him directly in the eye?
No.
Who's
Okay.
Luke?
He's like a silverback gorilla. Like, you just gotta like put your head down and don't look at him.
Okay.
Don't make eye contact.
Now, do you get to look him in the eye?
Yeah, sometimes, but like a second.
Okay. You don't get to like just have an extended stare down with him or anything.
No.
Okay. Now, I know that you guys like to be a little. Most wrestlers don't like to make a scene when they enter a place. Where were you seated in the arena?
We were kind of up top by the side.
You don't need to make a big deal of it. It's their event, not yours, right?
Right. So, I mean, it was fun.
Okay.
They said there was only 3,000 people. Well, as they say, tickets distributed. I thought there was more than that in there, but I don't know.
Now, did you count the people in the stadium?
No, I didn't.
Damn it.
Come on. But hey, I saw Master P.
That's right. Did he make you say at any point?
Nah. I'm the colonel of the motherfucking tank.
Okay.
Come on, Mike. It's
Now,
your chance to shine.
We're going to be at the Lakefront Arena next week. Is that correct, Mike?
Yes. But Luke, did you go to high school with him or something? Luke.
The Southern Stomper.
He didn't say Oren.
champ.
He said Luke.
Yeah. Bro, you know what they had? Like, like walking, you know, you just like, when you walk in, you're walking around, there's like section this. They got like the bar where you can, or whatever, you know, where you get a beer. But they had beer neons that had been put up right after fucking Katrina. They were so fucking old, bro. I'm like, God damn, that's the old Miller Lite logo. That's the old Bud Light logo.
Nobody likes marketing like Harper does.
I'm like, bro, that's just probably been up there since the shit was redone after Katrina.
Okay. Now, we heard that Ian, and when we say Ian, we mean Ian Riccaboni, who's the voice of AEW.
Ring of Honor.
That too.
Yeah.
The best in the business. Now, he said he made a trip to visit a holy place in the BTT land, which was the Burger King that Menace worked at. Now, did you also go to this Burger King to see what a Beirut Burger King looks like?
No. I mean, we were kind of like right by the area. I was like, yeah, I think it's like right over there.
Okay.
I'm not driving by Burger King.
So Lakefront Arena, what bands have you seen at the Lakefront Arena before?
Oh, God. I seen Rush.
Oh, nice.
The Crew.
Who?
Motley Crue. See, God damn, you're black.
Come on,
Who's
it's okay.
Rush?
We can help him.
So,
who's Rush?
Let's see.
There was an arena football team called the Chicago Rush.
I think I saw. Who else? I know I saw Godsmack with Stained. I mean, that was forever ago.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah, no.
That's some white people shit right there.
Right, but that's some fucking, as they call it, yacht rock bullshit. And because the chick I was with wanted to go, I was like, fuck it. All right, let's go see Stained and Godsmack. Fuck it. And let's see. Saw them.
Nobody will smack God like white people.
And I want to say I saw Def Leppard with Motley Crue, but that had to be the Smoothie King Center. Now that I think about it, because that would have been a really big show. But fuck, maybe it was at UNO. Oh God.
Depends on if it was during grunge or not.
Right, but it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
let's
Well,
see.
so how long were y'all there? Like how long we hear about these marathon shows? What was it like? Just tell us what was going on, man.
I mean, I was just there for Dynamite.
Okay.
I didn't stay for Collision because Ian's like, yeah, I'm done after Dynamite, and I was like, okay.
All right. So you met Ian Riccabone.
Yeah.
How was that?
He's cool. We went to the Swamp Room.
The Swamp Room. Now, is that a sweaty place for girls to take off their clothes?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's where your dreams come true.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll drink, and, but I got to just have one. He was there till 4 in the morning.
Stop telling.
And he threw up all of my car.
Stop telling these lies.
And I was like, what? He's like, hey, shut up.
Oh, my God. Okay, I need to read this as you're continuing this discussion. Ian posted.
I mean, we just. Well, okay.
Ian posted in the Facebook group, the BTT Facebook group, of degenerates. I sometimes I wonder how a classy man like him would remain around the degenerates in there, including myself. Anyway, he said, met a number of legends last night, including Master P, who never stops giving back to his hometown. But I also drove past Mike Mills's Burger King and met Chris Harper for the first time. Harper is a gentleman. He took me out for a swamp burger. So, that place is not a strip club, as Harper was alluding to. And Harper's car didn't smell like Newport 100s like my mom's did growing up. My only complaint is that he didn't roll up playing Bullet Boys or Enough's Enough. That's a class
Nobody
act.
liked Enough's Enough. Nobody liked Enough's Enough. Come on.
That was a great post, by the way.
Yeah. So we just hung out and just had a swamp burger.
Now, who wrestled? Who did we see in the ring?
Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet. That was a good match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe's a big. We like him around here.
Yeah. Let's see. You had the Young Bucks. I forget who they worked with. They won. Let's see. Oh, the Rock Roll Express was there. FTR beat them up.
Okay.
See,
now,
you should watch it.
We know you got comped for this, but if you had to go back, would you pay to go see it?
Yeah, dude, bruh, tickets were $20.
And you can't get tickets to anything for $20.
I know, that's what I mean. But the cheapest tickets were $20, and there's no bad seat in there. It was about 7,000 to 8,000 people, so there's no bad seat. And bruh, there was no. You had to pay to park.
Shit, you got to pay to park at church these days.
I know, dude. So like, you paid $20. Like, there's no $20. Oh, it's $10 a park. It was so. I mean, dude, $20, bro. They know how Raw drags on, and they do a promo or something, and then it goes to commercial. Then it might be a match and a promo. And it goes something in the back and a recap, and then they drag on. You see another match. Like, this just keeps going. Pop, 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 pop. It was almost like a house show. I was like, man, but this is perfect. It's just match, 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 match.
So Harper is here to tell all you that AEW is better than the WWE.
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. See. Well, I mean, we're always happy to have AEW.
For $20, dude, how can you beat that?
You can't. You can't go. You can't take your little lady down to Waffle House and get a dinner for $20.
Right.
You can't get fast food for $20 anymore.
But how much it'll cost to go to like Raw in your hometown?
Hundreds.
Yeah, which is
Mike.
oh my God,
Mike, you went what, like 8 years ago? How much was that?
I want to say tickets were probably around
about 60, 50,
60 or 70 at the time.
Yeah, probably.
And it wasn't a bad seat, by the way. It wasn't like I was way up high. I also wasn't on the floor. I was kind of middle section, on the side of the ring, not like a corner. And it was a good seat. I mean, but I would imagine it costs more than that now, 9 years later.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Or whenever it is. Because that was like probably 10 years ago. I'm trying to remember if that.
I bet it cost you $50 to park your car at Raw now.
Oh yeah, for real, dude.
Yeah. But the thing was that the fact that you didn't have to pay for parking, that had nothing to do with AEW. That was a UNO thing. That was a Lakefront Arena
Yeah,
thing.
but still, though, right. But I mean, that's fucking perfect, bro.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not complaining.
And like, if you go to Raw, SmackDown, bro, it's like you're paying all that money to see a bunch of promos and stuff from the back and watching it on the jumbotron. Fuck.
Harper's trying to tell you he likes the in-ring action.
That's right.
Sure.
The squared circle is where he wants to live.
Sure.
That's right, baby.
Sure.
Well, it sounds like you had a great time. Sounds like AEW's on the way up. Mike, you got any questions about this field report? I guess we got to cover his expenses for this shit.
I've heard all about it already.
We got to. Can you imagine what his expense report's going to look like?
A couple smash burgers.
This new computer. Yeah.
Sure, it'll hit me for a good bit.
If I just see HP, I'm like, okay, computer. And Tiffany's like, it's a Chromebook. What the fuck is a Chromebook?
What is a Chromebook, Harper?
This is why you cannot allow Harper into the wild by himself when it comes to purchasing technology.
Bro, I just see HP. That's a fucking computer company. It's a fucking computer, right? Fuck.
No, but okay. In your eyes, sure.
And that goddamn printer shit, bro. Holy fuck. It's like I was in a goddamn movie or something. Like a.
What happened with the printer?
Bruh, getting that bitch to fucking hook up, bruh. Holy shit. I thought I was
kind of
like
printer? You had a Phantom printer before. What kind is this?
A brother.
Brother.
Yes. That's pretty fucked up.
You're going to hell.
That's pretty fucked up, Mike.
You're going to hell.
I can't believe you fucking allow that kind of shit.
You are going to hell for that statement. 100% going to hell.
Doc liked it.
I thought you were going to say you hit print. And it said, that doesn't work for me.
That's fucked up. That's real nice.
Why are you at a Buc-ee's?
When? Today? Why not?
Well, apparently on Saturday from 12 to 4.
Yeah. It was a meet and greet.
He doesn't.
Nice.
Harper, I sent him that picture that was posted in the Facebook group where you're sitting at a Buc-ee's. Somebody took somebody else's body and put your face on it.
I saw that.
You saw it? It's awesome. and it was from Richie Burris in the Facebook group, and it says, "Come on out to the grand opening of Buc-ee's in Metairie and meet podcast superstar and owner Hardbody Harper on Saturday from 12 to 4." And Harper's holding a Bucky Beaver bear, and he's got a microphone. And to the left, if you pay attention, it says, "Meet BTT superstar and Bucky's owner Harper," and it says the line forms to the right. This is great. Oh man, oh Buc-ee's.
I like this computer.
You like it?
Yeah, it gets the job done.
Okay,
it's simple.
All right,
but that printer works, bro. Yeah, bro, it's a whole nother animal, bro. Fuck.
Now you just got to get
Any more
cartridges
run-ins
for it.
with
What's that?
Doc, I think that's you that's cutting out, not us. Just so you know.
oh
Because Harper said the same thing. You were talking and then you just cut off.
Yeah.
that's not good.
Well, it's the end of Skype. What do you want me to
He
do?
needs a new computer, Mike.
I
Get
do.
him a Chromebook.
I need a BTG computer.
He's getting there with his. He was complaining about his not that long ago. These things aren't made to last, man. It's a damn shame.
Yeah, no. Huh?
The show won't die, but the computers do.
Boy, ain't that the
Tell you one
truth?
thing. I can tell the weight difference by a lot.
You mean the new one is
The
lighter?
other one, oh yeah.
Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but
Whatever, Mike.
I mean,
Yeah, whatever.
it's not like the last
Let
one
him
was
be
bought
happy
in
about his
1987 and is made of fucking steel, like everything was back then.
That's true. Huh? It's probably all fucking plastic.
Yeah, it just was a different computer. Yours is that's a Chromebook, so it's going to be lighter.
Okay. Excuse me.
Maybe you should be more cultured and educated, slap nuts.
Yeah.
Okay,
Erase-
Doc.
Erase the hate.
Right, Doc. Are you going to read the 5-star review?
Yeah, we have one. We got one from Pud Abaga.
I went to high school with him.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know
says
what the-
Memba Dat.
Yeah, I don't know what the name means, and a few
I don't
people
care.
say "member that," so I don't know who that is. But thank you for the
How's
5-star
the name
review.
goes?
PUDABAGAAAH.
Oh, that's Irish.
Okay.
Sure.
The classiest wrestling podcast. No ads, plus Mike barely ever plugs tinyurl.com Patreon BTT.
Is that it?
That's it.
Well, good for him.
How do you know it's a him?
Or it.
It.
Them, they, she.
They.
They, she.
It.
It.
What is wrong with y'all?
I don't know. It could be like an AI person.
Okay, maybe.
A bot.
Boy, that would be great
What
if
a
like
crazy-
a 5 million AI bots would just start leaving 5-star reviews. I'm sure that's never been done before.
Isn't that what Pritchard's show did back in the early days?
You
Allegedly.
see,
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That literally was a story that was running around the podcast sphere at the time, back in like 2000.
At the podcast water cooler back in the day.
Yeah.
When we still had to go into the office.
Let's just say it like this. There were certain wrestling journalists who were stating that. I'm not saying if it's true or not. I'm just saying it was making the rounds.
It was out
let's
there.
do that. Well, how come we can't do that?
I don't know
says
how
we
to do
can't?
that. Who says we can't? But I don't know how to do it.
Come on, bro. Just get your wife to make one.
You act like she's an IT person.
Just
Why you got to be mean to her? What'd she do?
Boogie, nothing
Yeah.
about you says computer or technology. Jesus Christ.
that's nice. Come on, man.
What? Come on, man,
Oh, yeah, go
nothing.
there.
Don't come on, man, me. All right, we've farted around long enough, Doc. You're going to be blown up in 10 minutes. You're the main one always complaining, bro. I'm tired, bro. Get to the end of the show.
Yeah.
Tired. I'm tired.
Well, he has no Mavericks games to watch.
Well,
That's true.
so are you pulling for the Lakers or what?
Yeah.
They might be eliminated by the time this comes out.
Right. For real.
I'm aware.
Minnesota's fucking,
So
yeah.
let's.
But I
let's-
got on the hockey bandwagon for the playoffs, and that's going pretty well so far.
so far, but
For the Stars.
with
That's
the
all I care
Lakers.
about.
So are you really like rooting for them because of Luka?
Yeah.
Wow,
Just to shove it in their face.
Yeah.
boy, that says a lot. Wow. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
shocked. As much as you hate the Lakers, like I'm like
Yeah.
that. Jesus,
That's how
Christ.
much-
Nico
that's how
got
much-
fired, huh?
That's how much I hate Nico. And for him to get fired, really bad things have to happen. So let's go for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? You want to talk some wrestling tonight?
I've been waiting to talk wrestling forever.
Bullshit.
You're the one
bro,
that-
I saw a guy get tased Saturday night.
Oh,
Hold on.
well,
I have to tell
let's
you.
get into
Okay,
that
hold on.
before we talk wrestling.
Yeah, we were going to talk wrestling, but first we had to let Mike bury his wife on her technology prowess. Now, Harper, where were you when you saw someone get tased?
I was at a bar. And
Okay.
I'm standing outside, right? And across the street, they got a discount zone. It's a gas station chain or whatever the fuck around here. I see the cops pull this guy over. He gets out the car and they're doing their thing. And he like tries to run from him or some shit. And they boom, and they throw him down on the ground. He's fighting with them, bro. And they're like, ah, and one of them pulls out the taser. And you hear it just pop, and you just I was like, yes, this is like fucking World Star, but right in front of me. Like, this is fucking great.
What time of night?
Oh, this was like at 2 a.m.
Did you say you were in New Orleans or Metairie?
No, this was in Metairie.
Okay.
And I guess how many JPs pulled up, Mike?
The whole department.
8
Shit, I said that.
for one drunk fucking asshole.
Jefferson Parish find this boy.
Oh yeah, but they all pulled up like it was, like fucking Thanos was there or something.
That's why I stayed out of Jefferson Parish when I was a kid.
I was like, bro, look at that. There you go.
We never went to Jefferson Parish for that reason. Get pulled over for something lame and eight units pull up.
I mean,
It's
but
nice.
you always would stay off of veterans on Saturday night because that was a kill zone, bro. I mean, if you just swerve a little bit, bro, you were fucked.
Yeah.
I always would just go on fucking West Esplanade.
Yep. Stay off the main thoroughbred.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Okay. Now, Doc, any more questions for Harper?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Was it a white guy that got tased?
Okay. Why?
Yeah. It was a white guy.
Oh, tell us more. Never mind. Let's hear
think he was
more.
white.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Let's hear more. I don't want to say where this was. There was a place I used to work years ago, and it was across the street from a Walmart. And there was a guy, he comes running out of the Walmart, and the police are chasing him. And he gets cornered by a couple of cops. And the guy is trying to resist. And the cop pulls out the taser. Pop. And I'm like, wow, that was impressive. Because, tasers don't work on everybody, right? So the dude goes down. One of my coworkers back then, this is a long time ago. He was a real goofy dude. Just real goofy. Whenever he would retell the story, he'd be like, bro, you should have seen it, man. The cops are chasing him. They got him cornered. The guy tries to fight, and the guy pulls out the taser and zaps him. And, man, he fried him like a piece of chicken. I'm sorry. He would
Louisiana fast.
And then the taser doesn't even work on everybody. If you're wired up enough, dude, that taser might stun you for 2 seconds, and I'm related to 3 NOPD police officers. They got taser stories that would blow your mind. Like, that thing is not as reliable as most people think. Let's say it like that. Like, maybe for us 3, if we just kind of like, sitting at a bar calm and you hit us with one, it'll not,
motherfucker,
right.
Yeah.
Like, we're just calm, chill, but you wired on some stuff, maybe not. That's all I'm saying. But
I bet pepper spray would stop anybody.
Oh, no, that's a different animal.
Yeah.
All right. Time for some wrestling. How about we get into this thing? This is October 23rd, 1993. Once again, if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like button on the video. Make sure you post a comment or two, all that good stuff. This week's episode was taped October 4th of 93 in Columbus, Georgia. It's the first half of the taping from that day, according to the history of WWE.com. Tony opens the show in front of the spin the wheel, make the deal, and then he's going to send us straight to the ring where we're going to watch the Shockmaster, Ice Train, and Charlie Norris take on Jeff Gamble, Todd Zane, and Fred Avery. Doc, a little precursor here to what we're going to see, I guess you'd say, on Halloween Havoc in the opening match. On that note, I guess I'll throw to you for your thoughts.
Man.
Don't man me.
What a babyface crew, huh?
Yes.
Okay, I got a question. Is that the Gambler?
Is who the Gambler?
On the heel side.
Which one? Bro, I didn't even think about it. The Gambler's not far from being here.
He's the guy that just came in the ring. See Jeff Gamble?
Okay, Google it real quick. Because I didn't even.
You talk about wrestling.
All right, I will.
What's his name?
Jeff Gamble. It's spelled Gambel.
I got it.
I didn't even think about that. But to the point you're making, the Gambler, I believe, either debuts on Saturday night towards the end of December this year or sometime in January.
That's him.
Okay. Well, I didn't even think, dude, I'm taking notes and just writing down and didn't even think about it. Well, there you go.
Okay.
Terrible gimmick. It's a good thing he went with the Gambler, right?
Sure. Harper liked that gimmick. That was one of his top 5 jobbers back in the day when we did that.
Was it?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
It was.
No,
Yeah.
he didn't pick the Gambler.
He did too.
Italian Stallion
was
was
guy, right?
Italian Stallion was one of his, not the Gambler.
Oh yeah, I like Italian Stallion.
Yeah,
the boys
clean your
don't.
carpets.
I don't think the Hardys liked him.
Oh, a lot of people didn't like him. That sure is him. Now that I'm looking at it better,
I don't see anything.
he's got the cards on his tights too. I didn't even pay attention to that the first time I was taking notes.
Come on.
I got a blank screen.
You got a blank
sir,
screen.
that Chromebook is not working.
Let's try to unshare and reshare since you got a blank screen.
What's bad is that I have two screens that are showing over here. I have one more than I need.
Why?
I can't help that. I touched nothing, and you're sharing twice with me.
Yeah,
I got 2 windows.
It's Skype. It ain't me. I mean, I'm just sharing like normal. Can you see it now, Harper? You can't
I
see
still
it?
see 2.
Nothing.
How do you still see 2? Y'all just screwing with me now.
This is the dumbest podcast in the world.
I don't know why you see 2 though. I'm only sharing 1.
Bro,
I haven't even been drinking.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit pause. All right, we just troubleshooted for about 10 fucking minutes because Skype is a pain in the butt. I don't know if Doc can see my screen. I don't know if Harper can at this point, but we're gonna make the best of this.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So anyway, as we were saying, that is the Gambler. If you look at his tights, you can see the cards on both sides going down the side, thigh, leg area, whatever. Anyway, what were we talking about, Doc? I don't know.
How much of this is horse shit and that this match is bullshit and it ought to be on Pro and it's garbage and I can't believe I'm going to have to watch 3 hours of Halloween Havoc and some of it be this garbage?
Mr. Positivity over there tonight, I tell you.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
All right. Well, any other thoughts on this barn burner of a matchup that we're getting introduced to with these fellas here with Uncle
That's
Fred?
A hell of a babyface crew.
It really is. Anyway.
Yeah, this is just it's like they put names in a hat.
I tell you what, this dude right here that takes that slam and Gambler takes a hell of a bump right there in the corner. That's my thoughts on the match. Anyway, bear hug into a slam by the Shockmaster. Shockmaster wins. During the match, Tony Schiavone said he would have a surprise for Jesse Ventura in the coming weeks. And that's all I got at this point. Anything else on this barn burner of an opening, Doc?
No, sir.
So on that note, I wanted to get Harper's thoughts before we go to this week's edition of the Amateur Challenge. What do you think of that shirt that Jesse's got on, Harper?
Jesus.
That's something.
It's like you raided Akeem's closet.
So it looks like
What does that mean?
2 lions on the side of that thing that's a crown or something. You see that?
Yeah. It looks African, like from fucking Coming to America.
I don't know about that.
I mean, don't it look African?
It sounds a little racist, Harper. Maybe you should expand your horizons.
Because I'm making a factual statement.
It's not a dashiki. I mean, I don't know how you figured out.
That looks African.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so what's it look like then?
It looks like a stupid looking shirt, but it doesn't look African.
That's nice.
I mean, that's not African,
you just see race everywhere, don't you?
If you can have tariffs, I can have diversity. I told you that a couple of weeks ago, okay?
Hey, be careful what you vote for because you might just get it.
Okay, okay, D-man. All right. Anyway, any other thoughts on that shirt, Harper?
It looks great, Mike. It doesn't look black at all.
Black? That's worse than African.
It doesn't look African at all. It looks I think it's Scandinavian.
Okay. On to this week's edition of the Amateur Challenge, everyone. This is going to go on for a while. Like I said, here it is.
I just want to take this opportunity right now to thank you, the committee of WCW, for allowing me this amateur interview. The best wrestlers in the world are at WCW. Why arrive? I'm going to show you just how dangerous this amateur can be.
I guarantee that I can do this and dominate the WCW because I am the Wild Thing. Guaranteed to be #1.
Give John Love the opportunity because I am the Love Machine. Thank you from sunny Fort Lauderdale.
We'll watch you next time.
I didn't state this, but when they threw to this stuff, Jesse says, I call this the idiot challenge.
I heard that, and I was like, it's not good, but are you really supposed to be saying that?
Right. I mean, do you have to point out the obvious?
What does he have, though, Harper?
Fuck you, money.
Well, there's your answer. That's why he's pointing out the obvious. We've seen some doozies in the last couple of weeks. Doc, did you watch the last episode that the Matt Hardy was on? He was in the Amateur Challenge.
No, I didn't see that.
Okay. You probably didn't recognize him either because Harper didn't. I mean, he's got sunglasses on. It's kind of hard to tell it's him, but yeah, he was in one of them. The promo wasn't great. But anyway, yeah, that was this week's Amateur Challenge.
That could have been at any point of his career.
Oh,
that's nice. You see?
Because broken Matt Hardy wasn't good?
I didn't say the character was bad, but his promos were never good.
That's not true. Some of that TNA stuff was decent. And
that's a backhanded compliment.
You said it was great back then.
I did.
You see, look, he's the one backstepping.
That's what he does. All right, we go to the next match. It is Ricky Steamboat versus Bobby Starr. Doc, thoughts, if any?
Man, my note here was that Starr is causing a line to form down at the Jiffy Lube since he's not there to man his bay.
One of Bob Starr's friends listens to this show because he made a comment on Facebook on the page.
How do you know it's his friend? Anybody could say anything.
Well, he said, Bob Starr is my buddy. Y'all tore into him. I thought it was hilarious.
That is a good friend right there.
Okay, so
I like that.
So I'm just repeating what he said.
Good job, buddy.
He's like, y'all made fun of him and it was great.
Yeah. I mean, when the hell else is, and we're not like, he's not a turd. We're just making fun of him. That's what we do. We make fun of
That's
people.
Nice.
Right, because you didn't write the book on this shit.
Right.
But, I mean, what other podcast is going to talk about Bob Starr? He just had his brush with greatness.
I guess we're the one and only.
Right.
Steamboat wins with a crossbody off the top, Doc. Anything else?
No.
We then go to Tony Schiavone, who's got a young man with him named Carlos, who's a WCW fan, and Carlos barely spins this wheel. I guess they're trying to show, example of spin the wheel. This guy was like a deer in headlights. I mean, he's just a kid, so I'm trying not to make fun of him, but this was terrible. Doc, did you have any thoughts? Watch when he spins his wheel, Harper. I was like, what's happening here?
What the fuck?
Yeah, he just barely nudged it.
They must have told him to do that.
Maybe. I mean, he barely spun it, but whatever.
They probably told him, look, don't spin it too hard because it might come off. Because it's probably just, barely up there.
Okay. Fair enough.
That may actually be true.
Right.
Yeah. As always, Harper makes sense out of this stuff when we need him to. Maybe so. All right, Doc. Did you have thoughts on that?
Nah, isn't there like some swamp witch that comes out later we're going to talk about?
Yes, we will get. There's another segment where they spin the wheel later on. We will definitely talk about it. This one was not worth much to talk about. We do go to the Halloween Havoc Control Center next with Chris Cruz. It's the last push to get us to pay for the pay-per-view and not pirate it like Doc does when he watches WWE pay-per-views and premium live events these days. Dustin Rhodes cuts a quick promo talking about his match with Steve Austin, and make sure you call your local cable company to order it now. And you can listen to us review it at tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT. Other than that, it's not going to be on the free feed. Doc, did you have any thoughts on this segment?
No.
It was
this is a long ass show. We can't talk about everything.
Well, it's not just that. There's a lot of stuff that really doesn't matter. I don't know how else to say it, and this was kind of some of it here. So there's that.
Okay.
He goes over the full card. Doc cannot wait to discuss the opening 6-man tag match at Halloween Havoc, which is Ice Train, Charlie Norris, and the Shockmaster versus Harlem Heat and the Equalizer. That's going to be, that's going to put.
I tell you what, I
seats.
can't wait to discuss, and I need Harper to watch this. Is the opening segment with Tony Schiavone, and tell me how your thoughts on that, Harper.
Of the pay-per-view, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The kids go trick-or-treating at the house, and Schiavone's there?
Yes.
Well, I remember that. Yeah, I've seen that before.
I think that's Schiavone's like legitimate house.
Okay, well,
he's got a nice house.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you got that many kids, you got to have room,
Well, come on.
Yeah.
No, you do.
No, you don't. You can make them all, bunk up in a room.
Okay, you have 2 children. You have no clue what you're talking about. If you got,
Dude, I remember there was a TV show called, I think it was a spin-off of Growing Pains. It lasted like a year or two. I think it was called the 10 of Us or something. And it was
the gym coach.
Right. He was the basketball coach, and then he moved, and it was him and his wife, and they had 8 kids.
Weren't they all like daughters, except for the little ones were sons and little turds?
Right. Correct. I'm thinking, bro, what do you got? Like fucking military barracks? With all these assholes in one fucking 2 rooms?
Bro.
That is a nightmare scenario, Mike.
Jesus Christ.
My mother-in-law, it was 9 of them in a 2-bedroom.
My mother-in-law was the youngest of 10.
That's crazy.
9 Harper in a 2-bedroom. I've literally.
How'd that work?
I've said that to her a bunch of times. I was like, were y'all like that skit you used to see on TV? Night Ma, night Paul, night sissy, night brother. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Where it's like 9 people in one bed. I'm like, was
Jesus
that y'all?
Christ.
She's like, well, we made it work. You think? 9 of them.
That's crazy.
I was like, my wife's grandfather lived to be in his late 80s. I was like, God bless that man. I can't even imagine. He was in the military.
I would have never thought of the 10 of us if Harper hadn't said that tonight.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be like Wikipedia into that shit tonight.
Yeah.
Next match, Davey Boy Smith versus Sledgehammer McGill. Davey Boy's going to win with a bulldog with the running power slam, and or he wins with the running power slam on McGill, and he wins the match. Doc, any thoughts?
McGill has a nice little look to him there. He doesn't look like a complete slob. He's kind of odd to be an Irishman, but I'll let you explain that.
What's that mean?
Yeah, what does that
Shaquille
mean?
O'Neal's Irish.
Why'd you call me what are you talking about?
Nothing.
Okay. Just trying to be funny, huh?
Yeah.
I can't see the screen anymore. I needed you to explain it.
Okay. Yo, bro, you think you're fucking funny? You ain't fucking funny. Somebody needs to tell you that. All right. So for a shoot, you can't see it?
No, I can see it.
Okay. Let's go to the Davey Boy here. He's got to cut a promo after his match. He's going to be talking about Regal because they're going to do battle tomorrow night at Halloween Havoc. Here it is.
British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, and tomorrow night at Halloween Havoc, not only is it for the World Television title, it's for pride, it's for honor, and of course the champ, Lord Steven Regal.
That's right, it's for pride, and it's for honor. Steven Regal, you've been shooting your mouth off a little bit too much in the WCW, calling all these peasant people peasants. They're not peasants, they're my fans. Come tomorrow night at Halloween Havoc. The TV title's mine. Brave standing out here saying what you're going to do, but his lordship played a nice game of tricks. But tomorrow night, Halloween Havoc, he's going to give you a jolly good thrashing. What do you think of that? Well, wait a minute.
I don't know what was wrong with Tony Schiavone's mic because it was right in front of Sir William's mouth when he ran in. Anyway, Sir William comes in, says a few words, and then Bulldog attacks him and goes to press slam him, and Regal comes out what I believe is a cricket stick. Is that what that looked like to you, Doc?
I was going to ask you if that's a cricket bat.
Yeah, that's a cricket bat, right?
That's what it looked like. And he whacks Bulldog with it as Davey Boy is press slamming Sir William. Gets him real good in the gut. And that's how that segment ended. But I don't know what the hell was wrong with his mic.
Yeah, that was goofy, but I mean, I'm kind of interested in watching these two get it on. Now, I don't know that when Davey Boy came over here from WWF, his big goal was to win the TV title, but here we are.
Hey, you still need.
Right. Were checks clearing, brother?
Right.
As long as they were clearing, I think we're good.
Well, cricket's played pretty much just like baseball, right?
You asking the wrong one, partner.
Yeah, me neither, brother. And I don't know. Why don't you do a book report on it and show up next week with an answer?
Harper,
I will.
Speaking of cricket, I remember one time, when I used to live in New Orleans East, I was at Joe Brown Park, and they used to have this like running, walking trail in there, and so I used to go in there and work out sometime. And man, there's a couple of pretty big size fields over there, right? Dude, I remember one day I was in there. This is like 2001, 2002. There was a bunch of dudes playing cricket. And I was like...
Bunch of white guys?
They were Indian.
Oh.
Come on.
I'm not trying to be funny. I believe that is a popular sport over there.
It's Native American, you piece of shit.
No. They literally were like...
No, I think Indian's the right term.
Of Indian descent, not Native American.
I know that's like big in India.
Right. I couldn't believe I was watching somebody playing cricket in New Orleans East. It was like I was in an alternate universe. Is what I'm saying.
As the Metroplex has grown, there's been an influx of immigration from that part of the world. And as you know, I'm at athletic fields quite a bit. And there's been a rise in cricket field stuff lately that we've been seeing. It's weird.
All right. On that note,
stupid sport. It's the most popular sport in the world.
I thought soccer was.
No, that's soccer.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that note, we're going to go to Man Called Sting now. He's got some stuff to say about Halloween Havoc coming up tomorrow night.
Fans It's the WCW Saturday Night here at the wheel. If there's any man who knows about spin the wheel, it's our next man out here. Let's
get past his music.
we're in front of the wheel that you know a lot about, but another man you know a lot about is Sid Vicious. Tomorrow night, he's talked about being the franchise in WCW, ruling the world. He goes against you one-on-one tomorrow night.
That's right, Tony. Let me start off by first talking about this wheel back here. Cactus Jack against Vader, I think it's going to play against you because you don't know what to prepare for. On the other hand, Cactus Jack, he doesn't have to prepare for anything, Vader, I'll tell you what, I think it's going to be the bang bang for you, if you know what I mean. And as far as you, Sid Vicious, Halloween Havoc is going to be the biggest match of 1993 for the Stinger. You're calling me the franchise of WCW, you're calling this a franchise match. Well, let me tell you something, I don't consider myself the franchise. I consider myself to be just the Stinger. You know, the guy that constantly beats on his chest, the one that howls, and the one that has a burning desire in his heart to be a giant killer until the day I die. So Sid, Halloween Havoc, you better be ready because the Stinger is so ready for you, and I can't wait to get in your face and then hook on the Scorpion Deathlock and hear your legs go snap, crackle, and then pop.
It is tomorrow night, Sting against the man going to the ring, a big Sid Vicious.
I thought you were going to love that, Doc. He said, I'm going to put the Scorpion Deathlock on you, and your legs are going to go snap, crackle, pop.
That's a few years later on Nitro.
Come on.
Or on Thunder.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's okay. He can't get mad. He's dead. Now.
That's nice.
You're an asshole. You know that? What is wrong with you? I mean, just an insensitive prick.
Okay, well, here's insensitivity. We actually had something to hook this match on, being who's the franchise of the company for a match that doesn't have any titles on it. And then Sting goes out there and goes, I'm not the franchise. Whoops.
Gee, you're just a barrel of joy tonight, aren't you?
I don't like anything associated with any of this.
Harper, was it that bad? Help me out here before we go to this next thing.
No, come on.
Yeah.
It was just standard Sting promo.
Right.
So
I don't know what
it's
you want.
Bad.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you want, come on.
What an ass. All right, Doc. Well, since you want to crap on Sting, it wasn't that bad. But anyway, we're going to go to Sid Vicious versus JD Stryker.
Look
Harper,
at that.
Look at this fella.
Yeah, looks great.
What?
Yeah. Look, Mom.
I'm on TV.
This guy's in danger.
Dude, just Harper, look at him. Look at him walking. Just look at him.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, but he looks awkward, doesn't he?
How tall is he?
About 6'7", you think?
No, I give him a good 6'4", because I mean, look at him.
I was gonna say 6'4". He looks like a youth baseball dad.
Yeah.
All right.
Like he's definitely going to be coaching his 5-year-old to catch the fly ball with both hands. Fundamentals are important to that guy.
Well, he's fundamentally taking a whipping from Sid right here. I can tell you that much. Speaking of fundamentals. This doesn't last long. Sid's going to hit him with a power bomb, and he's going to defeat JD Stryker pretty damn quickly after just punishing this poor son of a gun. Doc, any thoughts?
Leading into the pay-per-view, that's what was needed.
1, 2, 3, Sid wins. We do get it wasn't a bad promo. We get a basic promo from Sid after the match. Did you have anything from that, Doc? I really didn't. It was good.
Fuller starts out by saying, hey, hey, to the working man, which I thought was good. Let's hear that.
Hold on. We'll go back some. Here it is.
Sting's comments, who says he considers this match against Sid Vicious tomorrow night at Halloween Havoc the most important match for him of 1993.
You know, I gotta say hey, hey to the working man because I can relate to that. Because I've been working hard like you said, you got Sting coming up. That's the franchise of WCW. Right here stands my franchise, the greatest of all. And then next week, Ric Flair, it's the one we've been waiting for. I've been working hard for you, Sid. Hard.
I appreciate it.
Doc, Mikey and DFW photoshopped the Ole Miss scripted letters on his hat and posted it on social media.
He's throwing it out for the working man right there.
Oh my God. He is hilarious, dude.
That guy's a treasure.
Is it fair
but
to
he
say
delivers
he is underrated?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh my God. Jesus. All right. What else?
See, I like stuff.
Yes, you like stuff. You're in a negative mood tonight, but you do like stuff, I guess. All right. Well, we continue. We're going to go to a match that's going to be more than 2 minutes tonight for the first time halfway in. Johnny B. Bad versus Paul Orndorff. It's a return match from last week. Doc, what do you have from this one?
I like these two together. Speaking of things I like, they got good chemistry. They both are tough. They both can throw some hands. I like this because they were working their asses off before they ever locked up. They had the crowd standing on their feet, and they had never, ever touched.
That's when you know what you're
doing.
It.
That's right. Now, I need you to go to 3442. We need to hear some of Jesse's audio.
3442?
Yeah.
All right, I'm at 3441, so here it is.
This week, if you call the hotline, why don't you give it a call and try to pin Paul Orndorff? Just as a, don't look at me like that.
Wait, Tony. I've been in the ring. I've pinned people. Pinning the champ on the call-in on the hotline is for non-athletes like you and all the people like you.
I roll
so that you
one,
can live.
Two, watch out here. Just got almost a 3 count.
It's so people can live in a fantasy world and really believe they would have a chance to pin Mr. Wonderful. Yeah, right.
It was just an idea.
Well, a bad idea.
Well, sorry. Side headlock applied by Johnny B. Bad. Johnny B. Bad over the top, holding on to Paul Orndorff.
Oh, he triggered Jesse, huh?
It sounded like he was talking about the neckbeards that watch wrestling today.
That's come on. Yeah.
Neckbeards. Oh, you know, bro, you just fucking mark, dog.
All right, 3557.
Okay, what do we know what we're looking for here when I go?
It's not smooth, but it's not supposed to be if they're really fighting.
Okay, audio or just the video?
Just the video.
Okay,
sorry.
Here it comes. The Miro comes off.
When they get up.
Oh, the leapfrog on Orndorff. Bailey gets over him.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
That was a botch,
Right.
but they actually covered it pretty good.
I know. That's what I'm saying is, it's like, here's the thing, man. I've been to concerts and guys break strings. That's all right.
Got to keep going, right,
Figure
brother?
it out. Got to keep going, brother.
Gotcha. It wasn't bad. I got you. Anything else?
42-14.
Oh, you're getting to the close to the finish on that one.
Yeah, Johnny B. Bad hits 2 big clothesons here, and that might even need some audio because I think it makes some noise.
All right. Here we go.
Matchup, I think.
Bird's been running.
And Johnny B. Bad.
Double clothesline. A cheap shot right.
Yeah, he laid it into him. They're both sweaty, so you know it kind of sounds off when he delivered those lariats. Good stuff.
Man, I thought this was really good. I like both of these guys wrestling together. You say I'm sour. I'm putting this over big time. I enjoyed it.
Fair enough. All right, so we go to the finish here. The ref gets bumped. Kind of a terrible looking. I don't know what the hell that was.
My note was great match, goofy finish.
Yeah, because the ref gets bumped and he just gets Nick Patrick's standing behind Johnny B. Bad, and I guess Johnny B. Bad kind of rears back, or I don't know, couldn't even tell if he pushed him or not. And when he does so, Nick Patrick, see, here it goes. He like rears back and accidentally hits him. Nick Patrick flops and flies. Well, Max Payne's on the outside. So then Johnny goes to hit the ropes and Max Payne grabs Johnny's legs. And then Orndorff is hitting or is holding Johnny B. Bad as Max Payne takes forever to like decide what he's going to do. Max Payne goes to hit Johnny. Johnny kind of ducks and he hits Orndorff, but he really didn't duck. I don't know what the hell this was. Anyway, Payne accidentally hits Orndorff and Bad moved after the match. And Payne then wants to shake Orndorff's hand and apologize, but Orndorff yells at him for costing him the match. And at this moment, I was like, oh, God. I just can't.
Are they still fighting over the guitar?
No, that ended.
Well, no. Tony said maybe he's out here to get his guitar back.
Yeah, but it ended. It officially ended.
Right. That's what I was saying. Right.
Right.
Look, man. You nailed it, Doc. I hate when telling you you're right, but this was a good match. Terrible finish.
Yeah. I like this.
And it ends with
until it was ruined.
It ends with Orndorff and Max Payne arguing.
Great.
Don't you love Max Payne's little onesie he's got on? I literally thought that. It looks like a fucking onesie.
Looks like some jammies.
Right.
Like he's got some Megadeth jammies.
And that's
for the husky young lad.
It looks like an upside down skull and like either two pistols
it's
or
two guitars.
I don't know what the hell it is.
Man, we're too deep
guitars,
we're too far into the day for my eyes to see that kind of detail.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm blind.
We think he's blown up. We then go to a video package.
No, I said I'm blind.
Oh, I thought you said you're blown up. I said I understand. We then go to a video package of Cactus Jack doing his thing in WCW. Any thoughts on the video package, Doc?
Nothing. The song was terrible, but I'm assuming you can't play it. So.
Can't. It'll get whacked on YouTube. From there, we're going to go to a Colossal Kongs match. They were the Harley Race. They're taking on Rick Thames and Buddy Ryan, the Eagles.
Buddy Ryan, bro.
Eagles
what
coach.
The fuck?
Yeah.
He hauled his fat butt back to the locker room.
Doc, you really don't want to talk about the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, do you?
Whatever. We'll save that for the football, the preseason extravaganza that Half Pint's already preparing for.
Jesus Christ! Can you imagine him with his first round pick, Cam Ward? How excited he is right now. Super Bowl, Titans winning the Super Bowl, Doc. He's gonna take us to the promised land, Doc. The redneck Smurf.
Redneck Smurf.
We're going to Super Bowl, Doc. We got Cam Ward.
Okay.
I mean,
poor kid.
We still got Tajay Spears running back from Tulane. He's real good. But we got Cam Ward. Cam Ward takes the Super Bowl, Doc. Oh my God.
Boy.
For anybody
he has nightmares about the Texans and fucking Gargamel.
Come on. Come on.
For anybody who is not a patron, you got to become one. Last year, when we did that episode, Doc was ready to get on and chum it up with a Half Pint. What was Half Pint's first words to you, Doc, when that show started?
Fuck you, Doc.
Literally. He just went off on Doc. I was like, hey, little fella. You're 4'11". You might want to tell somebody 6'3" to F off. Oh, Half Pint. All right, Doc. The Colossal Kongs win very quickly. It's like 20 seconds. Then Harley cuts a promo, talks the people into the building right here for tomorrow night with Vader and Cactus, because that's the big match. Did you have anything from that?
Not really. These Kongs at least work quick.
Boy, I
forgot about these guys.
They just floundered, dude, with them. Like, it wasn't their
by the
fault.
way, when you look at Harley, he's 50.
Oh, I got something else coming for you regarding the age of 50 soon as well.
Okay.
All right. So, I don't blame the Kongs. They just booked them in squash matches and then never did anything.
All right. Well, let's listen to this part. Harper,
right.
you might want to pay attention here.
Yeah, Harper,
Okay.
get your notepad out. Tony is back with another fan in front of the spin the wheel, make the deal thing. This one's name, wait for it, Harper, is Tammy. Contain yourself, little buckaroo over there. Here it is.
That's nice.
This might be the Rolex segment of the week, man. Here it is.
Continues to spin the wheel, make the deal at Halloween Havoc. Everybody talking about the gigantic wheel. We're with one of our fans, and what's your name?
Tammy.
Tammy, it's good to have you with us. Now, tomorrow night, I know you're looking forward to Halloween Havoc.
Yes, I am.
What do you think it would be like to step in the ring with someone like Cactus Jack?
You've got to be crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what, Vader's going to get his shot tomorrow as he spins the wheel to make the deal. You're up here. Why don't you give the wheel a spin and see what it lands on, okay? Okay, give it a good spin there, Tammy. How about this? In a few moments, we'll find out what it stops on. Just like Vader and Harley Race, we'll find out tomorrow night on pay-per-view. That is a lumberjack match with the lumberjacks around the ring with belts. So if you were Vader, you would have a lumberjack match tomorrow night. Tammy, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, Tammy, one of our great fans here with us. And let's go to the ring. Our next event, Stunning Steve on Saturday night.
Boy, she's country, huh?
Oh,
Tammy.
yeah. She loves her some Garth Brooks and some Travis Tritt.
What's her boyfriend do for a living?
He works offshore.
I bet he does. He's a pipe layer or what?
Yeah. Well, you know, he's a roughneck. He works in Oklahoma on them oil fields.
She's fun, I bet. Crazier than a shithouse mouse.
Fuck, dude. You get a couple of beers with her, shit. Probably start screaming.
Yeah. She's fun.
I was wondering where this was going to go.
You'll have a story to tell the next day. She's going to be fun, but it's going to be messy.
Define fun.
Well, if you're not married to her.
What kind of car was she driving in 1993, Harper?
A Camaro.
Oh, good.
100%.
With T-tops.
I knew he
This
was
is the easiest one you've ever had.
Right.
Easiest pop quiz. What's the car smell like?
Fucking cigarettes and cheap perfume.
What
and
brand,
hairspray.
What kind of cigarettes?
Back then would have been Virginia Slims.
Yeah, maybe.
So she ain't
Or
smoking
Marlboro
Newports
Lights.
or Cools.
No.
No.
She's not a Newport or Cools kind of girl.
Fuck no.
She is about a 18-ounce of beers window where she's really fun, and then we're fighting everyone and cussing everyone.
Fuck you, bitch! Who you looking at? That's my man.
Right.
So you're saying this is where the term "white girl wasted" comes from?
You got about 45 minutes of just like, man, she could be the one, and then it turns, and you're like,
Y'all are dirty. What if she's alive and still listens to this show?
If she's gonna be honest, she'd be like, "Yep, they're right."
That sounds about right. What year was that?
93?
93?
Oh yeah.
That sounds about right.
I was smoking Marlboro Lights. Why wouldn't she be a Marlboro Lights kind of girl?
A what?
Why wouldn't she be a Marlboro Lights kind of girl?
She could.
Like what would make you say Virginia Slims over Marlboro Lights?
I don't know, because to be honest, I can't remember that far back, and I can only draw. So I'm kind of guessing, like, and my girlfriend back then didn't smoke. I had ones later that did, but that was a little bit later.
I never dated one girl that smoked, bro.
Jesus Christ, really?
Nah, man.
Hey, bro, Luke used to have a saying: if they got tattoos and smoke, they put out.
Jesus. The champ swinging for the fences. I see. God.
Classy.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
You definitely want your champ to be a classy kind of guy that can, represent the Federation well.
Oh my God.
But he's not wrong.
Tattoos they put. I bet Kenny's Key West had a load of them, huh?
Oh yeah.
Wow. All right.
I got one on watching TV on the side of the wall right now.
Jesus. All right. There we go. And that's nice.
That's
any
real
other
nice.
thoughts on
real nice.
Well,
watching some White Lotus or something.
If you thought that last segment with that lady whose legit name was Tammy was fun, the next match is Steve Austin with Brian Pillman in his corner versus Tommy Angel. Austin is flipping the bird at someone at the 49:55 mark. I casually went right past that. I'll pause it in a second. But what I wanted to mention before we go any further is Tony says that was very complimentary of that lady. See, as Austin flipping the bird, of that lady who spun the wheel. Tony said that was a charming looking lady. And Jesse says, yeah, she spun it better than that goof earlier.
That's nice.
Just making fun of the kid.
It did wobble when she spun it.
My name's
She knows
Tammy.
how to rip it and grip it and rip it.
She knows
That's
how to
nice.
grip it and spin it, huh? Jesus, boy, that sounds real good. Okay, on to Austin and Tommy Angel. Doc, your thoughts? It's pretty quick.
I didn't really have much.
Yeah, it's
at all. I was just wondering, is Tom Zink gone yet?
I believe he is. I'd have to look at the results.
I don't know
for
why
sure.
that came up in my mind during this match, but it did.
The promotion's better for it.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm ready to get to after the match because we have more fullerness.
Yeah, Austin catches Tommy Angel in the stun gun. He pins him rather quickly. From there, we're going to go to a promo. Austin and Pillman. I'm getting to it now. Give me a second. Here that is.
Take it away, Tony.
Well, tomorrow night, as we have both Hollywood Blondes here, Stunning Steve and his shot at Dustin Rhodes and the U.S. heavyweight title at Halloween Havoc.
I'm looking forward, Tony, to being the United States champion and a champion that the people can finally look up to. The Hollywood Blondes are back, and right by my side has been Flying Brian, pushing me to the edge, pushing me to be the United States champion, and also ready to wreak havoc once again as the Hollywood Blondes.
Good God Almighty, what's wrong with me? You got us shaking like a leaf upon a fuzzy tree. You got us all shook up, brother. I gotta tell you, you're the finest piece of talent I've seen come down the line. You got a chance to go to the top, be the greatest star of all, Tony. Have a cigar. How's your leg doing there, Brian? I see you on the sidelines here.
Colonel, I didn't realize you cared.
I don't really care, but I center on a man's weaknesses sometimes. Listen, man, you got the big match coming up. You and I know your possibilities.
Hey, Parker! I told you! Get mind my business, no one else's. Now get back here and have a talk with you, man. Get!
I'm sure he's going to have a good day. All right, it is tomorrow night, Stunning Steve and Dustin Rhodes for the U.S. title. Still to come, the World Tag title here on TBS. Stay with us.
Bruh, Brian Pillman is great, scoring without the ball. The way he's eyeing Colonel Parker, who's pitching Austin to go to Ole Miss, he's phenomenal.
I thought it made Sid look kind of weak to have to come out and like break up his girl from hitting on another dude.
I don't know. The way Parker crumbled.
Yeah, maybe.
Colonel Parker's great, huh?
Oh, my God.
Yes.
I mean, Austin, you come on down to Oxford. We'll make sure Mama's well taken care of. We'll be sure of that, son.
We got a new offensive coordinator that's ready to change the entire offense to suit your particular talents.
Coming with a fresh Cadillac for Mama. We'll make sure she's well taken care of, if you know what I mean, son.
We'll make sure that Cadillac has power windows and power seats.
I'm going to give her, make sure she gets some power personally. Anyway.
We're going to put some new window units in your mama's trailer, too.
Come on.
You ever been to Oxford on a crisp fall evening, son? I'll show Mama a good time while you out there playing that game of football. All right. I thought Colonel Parker's great.
The sweaters just fall off the young sorority girls.
Okay. On to the next match. Any other thoughts on Austin and Pillman there?
No, it's good stuff.
Pillman's great, man. The way he's eyeing Colonel Parker, I loved it. All right, we got WCW International Champion Rick Rude versus Brad Anderson. Dave Penzer in the announcement or in the intro is calling Rude the world champion. Then Tony says he's a self-proclaimed world champion. At the end of the day, it's all semantics. Rude has the big goal, and he's defending it tomorrow against Flair. And I don't know what else to say. This whole, what we're going to name the title is a skid mark at this point. Doc, your thoughts on this?
Brad Anderson. How many guys in the wrestling in the indies did you run into that look like that dude in like the mid to late 90s?
Mid to late 90s. I mean, he still look like that today. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
Harper, what you
nice.
think?
Yeah.
I mean, not the hairdo, but
Right. Yeah. Pretty much everything else.
yeah. I mean, you ain't dealing with muscled up, muscle bound freaks on the indies. I mean, you got a few.
Unless you're talking about the champ.
I mean, he got a few, but not a lot.
Okay.
Champ, would you go to high school with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Champ University. Prime Prep.
So Brad Anderson is going to lose this thing, Rude Awakening, kind of quickly. Any thoughts, Doc?
Not really.
Like I said, it was pretty quick. Wasn't too long. That's what she said. Okay.
Hey.
Well, I'm sorry. My apologies. Let's go now to Rick.
That was bad of you.
We got to go to Ric Flair. He is out here with Fifi, and he wants to do some taunting of Rick Rude. Here it is.
Tonight's a big night for you, and I don't want to really take away from that, but of course I know you heard the comments of Sid Vicious right after his match earlier on in this program.
Tony, we have what they call a State of the Nation address to be made tonight, because starting tomorrow, Ric Flair's life and the life of this most beautiful young lady is on the line. And get over here, Fifi. Tony, let me ask you before I go on, what on God's green earth is causing all this right here, my friend? I'll tell you what it is. It's loyalty and it's respect. And tomorrow night, Halloween Havoc, Rick Rude, I'm taking back what has been mine for a decade. Then, Sid Vicious, you are the most awesome physical specimen in our sport today. But next week, I'll walk that aisle as the world champion again, knowing that if I beat you, me, the Nature Boy, and Vader meet at the Clash of Champions to be doing what should have been done from day one, and that is find out who is the one and the only true world's heavyweight champion. Woo! And I'm saying, in my own modest way, in the State of the Nation address that tomorrow, Fifi, I take back the world title and defend the honor of the beautiful French woman. Then, next Saturday, Big Sid, it's you and I, not to see who rules the world, but to see who gets Vader at the Clash of Champions. And then Vader, it goes like this. You can style, you can profile, you can limousine ride, you can jet fly, and you can be a kiss-stealing, wheeling-dealing son of a gun, only if your name is the Nature Boy.
More show to come with us on TBS.
What's your thoughts, Doc? I thought that was pretty good from Flair.
Imagine if Rick dressed like that today, it was the classy statesman of wrestling.
Are you saying he doesn't dress like that?
No.
How does he dress?
And you know he doesn't.
Come on, what's he dressed like?
What's he dressed like? Let's hear this description.
Yeah.
Come on, let us
I
have
don't
it.
even know how to describe it, but it's always something crazy suits. If he wore a gray or dark suit and was just the classy old man of wrestling, the Nature Boy, how much better would his reputation be?
It goes beyond that. It's not just how he dresses, it's how he acts.
I know.
Like, I mean, he could dress better, but if he starts cursing people out in Paisanos, the pizza joint, and tells them to piss off and gets thrown out because he's, way too liquored up, it won't matter how he dresses.
Okay.
But I hear you. He's a caricature of himself. That's I guess the problem.
Yes.
And then he gets and then he's got somebody on social media cutting promos. It's a mess, man. I don't know what to say.
That's all. That was my thought.
Yeah. Harper, any thoughts? Don't get distracted by Missy.
There she is, baby.
Harper, you haven't said what are your feelings about the Nasty Boys version of Missy?
I like this version.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I like it when she cuts her hair short.
So you like the nasty version of Missy is what I'm hearing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nasty boys. That's Miss Hyatt if you're nasty.
Okay, we got Janet Jackson over there. You just made our late friend Robert Silva very happy singing that. God. Yeah, the nasty version of Missy is in the house. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, bro. She's hot, bro.
I hear you. But you wouldn't buy her underwear.
No. Okay. Well.
Oh.
Kayfabe, brother.
Oh, okay.
Right. So this is an interesting match because they roll the mics inside the ring so that we can hear better, but it doesn't really change a lot for me.
This is a strange
match. Where the
match.
mics at?
It's strange because Bagwell and Scorpio are battling Nasties and Nasty Boys here. They got 20 minutes from the time the thing starts. And so we've kind of seen them now, but we're going to see them again tomorrow night. I don't know. I can't watch this match without thinking about the finish, but that's why I'm like, I don't know, Doc, what do you think about it?
Before we get to the finish, I had that Bagwell and Scorpio seem perfect for the U.S. titles right now.
I guess. But I always hated having those because they never had enough. It felt like they got to a point where they never had enough tag teams to pull that off. That
100%.
was the problem. So, I guess sometimes you could use that, but I mean, think about it right now. Do you have enough tag teams? Do you have enough really, really good tag teams to do that right now? I don't think you do.
No.
I mean, they're about to split up the Hollywood Blondes. I mean, that's a team that's gone. You haven't had the Steiners in a while. Yeah, you got the Nasty Boys. I guess you could consider. I mean, we've seen the Road Warriors at this point, although they're not quote unquote here yet. I don't know. I just don't think they have enough teams to have a secondary belt. They barely got enough for one.
I agree.
Right.
Anyway, all right, Doc. Anything else?
No, this wasn't bad. It was just. I had a hard time getting into the match, but I couldn't figure out why, or there was nothing wrong with it.
Well, there's some kind of botch right here. I wanted to see Harper to watch this. Watch this. The Bagwell and Scorpio shoot off the Nasty Boys from corner to the middle of the ring.
Oh
no!
I don't know what that was supposed to be. One of them gets reversed, and they kind of halfway collide and just collapse in the middle of the ring.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
I don't know either, but it was a botch. It was kind of funny. And I know things like that happen. It just was funny. Anyway, the Nasty Boys had a pin, but Sags and Knobs, they during this match, they just wanted to punish Bagwell and Scorpio because of all the shenanigans in the last few weeks. So the way they kind of set this up was they had Bagwell and Scorpio beat, but they just kept playing games. Like right there, Sags picks up Bagwell. He had him pinned, but he, they're like, nah, we want to punish him some more. So, Doc, if you ain't got nothing else, I'll go to the finish.
Yeah, hit it.
So Sags is about to slam Bagwell, but Missy starts, she gets in the ring with a chair, but Teddy grabs her. And while Sags holds up Bagwell, Scorpio comes off the top rope with a tackle, and Bagwell falls on Sags, and Nick Patrick turns around, 1, 2, 3, and out of the freaking blue, Bagwell and Scorpio win, and they're now the World Tag Team Champions going into Starrcade tomorrow night.
Did not see that coming.
Nobody.
Yeah, that don't happen too often.
Nobody did at that moment. I mean, because here's the thing. They've been building a pay-per-view up where they're going to wrestle for the title. So you just figure, this is just another match they're going to have. The Nasty Boys are going to win. Nope. Nasty Boys lose, and Scorpio and Bagwell are the tag champions, world tag champions at this point. And that is, we're not quite off air yet, but that's how that one lasts. So, Doc, you got any problems with the title switch?
No, I don't. I don't know that they're ready for it, but that's okay.
All right. Harper, any thoughts?
It was surprising.
Yeah.
It keeps you watching.
Yeah. And now you're going to have a pay-per-view tomorrow where it's like, technically a rematch. So there's that. All right. From there, we're going to go now to Cactus and Tony Schiavone closing out the show. Cactus is doing his best to talk us into the building for tomorrow night. Here it is.
Less than 24 hours away right now. This whole program has been about this and about you. We've seen fans spin the wheel. We've heard from Harley Race. We've seen some of, I guess you'd call them your highlights over your career in WCW. But there's no doubt about it. 1993, you endured a lot of pain. Maybe a lot of times you like that. But tomorrow night, Halloween Havoc, the biggest night of your career, no doubt about it.
Tony Schiavone, everything will be all right. You see, when I look at that wheel, I don't see the most brutal matches in wrestling, no. I'm looking at the best set of friends I've ever known. Each of them special in their own unique way. Falls count anywhere. The love of my life. Barbed wire, also very dear to my heart. And I'm going to tell you why. So Harley Race, you got a tissue backstage. You take it out because this might be touching. I was 7 years old in the summer of 1972 when my dear sweet mother shipped me off to upstate New York to spend a summer on Grandma's farm. She thought a little hard labor might calm down her wild child. And because I was a bad boy, I was only allowed to bring one toy. My bike with no brakes. You see, a bike with no brakes is no big deal in the desolation of New Mexico, but when you ride down the hills of upstate New York, you find out real quick it's a big mistake. And I found out. I put my foot down, I tried to stop, it didn't work. And so young Cactus Jack took flight over the top of his handlebar. And when I stopped skidding and rolling and sliding, I found out I was in the most painful situation of my life. You see, I'd become entrapped in the barbed wire of old man Johnson's fence. And so I called out, "Mommy, Mommy!" But she wasn't there. I called out, "Daddy, Daddy!" But I hadn't seen him in 5 years. So slowly but surely, one wire by one wire, I pulled each and every one of them out of my body. I ran home to Grandma. She cleaned my wounds. She sent me off to bed. But that night I couldn't sleep. You see, it wasn't my wounds sticking to the sheets. It was the fact that deep down in the back of my mind, I realized that I liked it. So I went out to that same barbed wire fence and I clipped off this piece of wire. And I put it behind my pillow, and I slept like a baby. The point, Schiavone, is this. The things in life that bring fear into normal men's heart bring Cactus Jack comfort. And Vader, Harley Race, that's where you made your worst mistake. You see, Harley, you should have realized when you bounced my head off that concrete floor that I'd be back. And you better realize tomorrow night when you spin that wheel and make the deal, you're in for the longest night of your life. Bang, bang.
Something, Cactus Jack. You, me, Vader, and the world is tired of this waiting. Just spin this wheel and find out. Andy Harley Race is right. We have waited long enough. We have waited long enough. Let's spin that wheel.
I mean, it went on for a while, but when Harley comes out and gets laid out, I kind of like that. So leading into the pay-per-view tomorrow night. Doc, any thoughts?
I thought it was good stuff. I thought he did good there. And I thought him DDTing him was pretty awesome too.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I love Harley the way just we're gonna rate it in a second. Watch Harley take the bump when he takes the DDT. Like he just goes limp. He's like boom. Oh, he's like
world
dead.
champion right there, pal.
Amen. Yeah, it was good though. It was fine. All right. Well, you know the drill. This is what we do now. We give out the Toot Toot Award, the Rolex, and we rate this thing. Before we do so, remember the only way to listen to our review of Halloween Havoc 93 is by going to tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. That's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Not only will you get that pay-per-view, you get all of our pay-per-views dating back to 1985. You get all of our Clash of the Champions, the JV Goon Squad shows, the World Clash shows, all of that available, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. All right, Doc, what are you going to rate it? Or are you going to throw it to Harper?
Harper goes first these days.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
it's too long, huh?
This is like last week's. It's kind of, who do you give it to?
No. Rate it first.
You got to give it a grade first.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I'll
Only
give
10
this-
years.
Okay, look. I got a new computer.
I know. I'm sorry.
A C?
Come on. Why does your new computer make you hate wrestling?
I don't.
Seems
So
like
I work
it.
in
You know
a
what?
half long.
Here's what it is. If this was AEW and he had free tickets, it'd be an A+. But since he doesn't,
Oh, yeah.
If it was
And Tony
AEW,
Khan will fucking get the Rolex.
if it was AEW and he got to hang out with Ian Riccaboni in New Orleans, it'd be an A++, right?
yeah. But since it was free on his Chromebook, it was C.
That's right. This is bullshit.
C is for Chromebook.
Okay, well, he gave it a C, Doc. What are you giving it?
That's just preposterous. This was.
What would you give it?
Well, you're going to find out. It was too long, but it wasn't terrible, and we had a title change. I'm going to give this a straight up B.
I was waiting for him to give one of his world famous, oh my God. I'm going to give it a B as well, Doc.
Well, good for you.
Harper, who gets your Rolex or Toot Toot award?
I guess I'm going to give it to Scorpio and Marcus Bagwell for winning the titles. Is that up to y'all's standards?
Not really, but sure, you do what you want. Surprised you didn't give it to your fucking Chromebook.
We're 4 or 5 weeks into Harper going first on all these, and he's turned on me and Doc. He's a heel. I guess I'll give it to Harley Race, but I mean, is that up to y'all fucking standards?
He's starting to get salty, Mike.
Okay, Doc, who are you giving yours to?
Man, I'm going to go a little bit different than normal, and I'm going to say I'm going to give mine to Orndorff and Johnny B. Bad.
Oh, you crazy.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Well, I'm giving mine to Colonel Parker.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's true.
She's tremendous. Just tremendous. And the only reason Harlem Heat didn't get it is because they weren't on this episode.
I'm surprised they still didn't get it, if we're going to be truly honest here.
Well, I thought about it.
I know you did.
Because if Harper can have his tariffs, I can have my diversity.
That's right. Hey, the jobs are going to come back.
Can we rekindle Manifest Destiny for me?
Oh, God. Jesus. All right. Doc. Once again, if you want to listen to Halloween Havoc review, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. I promise it'll be a good episode with the three of us. We'll all have our tuxedos on. We'll maybe Harper will have his one with cut off sleeves, but we'll
He'll
all
have
be
his
there.
Max Payne onesie on.
It'll be a great one, though. All right. On that note, Doc, anything else before we get out of here this week? What an episode.
Too blown up to even respond.
Yeah, we had some technology problems tonight. That caused this thing to go way too long. It's almost midnight here on the Central Time Zone as we record this. Okay, Harper. I guess hit the tagline and we can get out of here, man.
Book it, biatch.
This is AI Eric Bischoff. No, I am not the real Bischoff. So don't work yourself into a shoot like these useful idiots in the wrestling media field. With that said, congratulations on making it to the end of this week's show. Don't forget to send your comments about what the guys discussed tonight to Luke Hawks on Facebook and on Twitter or X or whatever the piss they call it now. The rumor is Luke likes answering BTT fan mail. Also do the guys a solid by liking the show's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages. And don't forget to like and retweet or repost the show on all social media platforms. Lastly, become a BTT patron member where you get tons of extra shows. You can join at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Until next week, piss off dipshits. How the piss do you people listen to these useful idiots? These dipshits think they're fucking funny, but they ain't fucking funny. And somebody needs to tell them that. This goddamn show needs more D-Man and less of dipshit, Doc, hard-boiled Harper, and this Vanilla Ice Snoop Dogg, mumble, mouth, Mills. You have to be an imbecile to find these three fuckers entertaining. Fucking clown show.